So, I turn plastic waste into fuel. Am I at risk of the government? No, I'm not. Now, I will also say this just to put it out there because people ask all the time. I am in amazing mental health, have nothing but gratitude for all of life and for the work I do. But the truth of the matter is, no, I'm not at any type of risk of the government or any body or organization for turning plastic waste into fuel. The process of pyrolysis is not something I invented. Turning plastic waste into fuel or waste in general into fuel has been around forever and is not new. And there are already companies that do it, universities that do it everywhere. So it's no threat to the government. I will say this, though. There is a threat, and the threat is when you change the mindset and the paradigm of the system. And the truth is, we've been conditioned that in order to do things, you need to have government backing, certification degree backing, labs, all this stuff. And I'm doing it in my backyard with none of that at a very young age. And that does shift and change the mindset and the paradigm of what we've been told. And that right there can put you at risk because why? You're pushing something opposite of what has been pushed. You're pushing self-sufficiency. You're pushing not just conforming to what you're told. You're pushing being a free thinker. You're pushing being an innovator. And those are deeper things that go much deeper than just turning plastic into fuel or anything into fuel. There's so much deeper things that actually are a threat to the system as a whole. And why? Because these particular things, right, they do kind of make you question how things are on a much deeper level. So that's the real risk that could be posed to me and what could really be putting me at risk. But turning plastic into fuel in itself does not at all put me at any type of risk because like I said, it's already been done. So with that being said, I mean, what do I do? What do I say? I really don't care, to be honest with you, because it doesn't matter. You know, I can be in the mindset of, oh my goodness, I'm at risk because I'm doing something that may be shifting a paradigm and I could be worried, but that's not going to help it happen anymore. That's not going to help it progress where it needs to be anymore. So what's the point of that? There's no point in being in fear. That's only slowing things down. If I can continue to do what I do, and most importantly, inspire people, that's all that matters because it doesn't matter what happens to me. If I inspire people, then regardless of anything that happens to me, people are going to go and do their thing anyway. And if something did happen to me, people will just continue the same energy. You know, here's the thing. Ideas are bulletproof. And that's just the fact of the matter. It does not matter what happens to me. I'm not bulletproof, but the idea of we don't just have to rely on anybody or any organization to do anything for us. If our oceans are polluted and we want them fixed, we can do it. If we don't want to have to go to war and destroy our fellow humans for this resource called oil because we know we can make it from plastic, then let's just do it. We don't need to wait to get a green light from anybody. We ourselves can do it. That's facts because we ourselves as humans are the same thing as all these big organizations. They just have a whole bunch of humans that they pay, right, to do these things, do their bidding. But we are humans, right? And we can do the same stuff for the better or the worse. But we all know, come on, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's greed that drives these companies and things. But it's morals and compassion that drives the common man and common woman, right? And at the end of the day, if it was in most people's hands, most people would choose to do the right thing above the thing that makes them the most money. That's just the truth of the matter. So when you learn that you can do it and it is in your hands, the power is in your hands, the power is in our hands collectively together as the people, it's up to what we choose to do together, then you start to go into something deeper because look at this. I've been doing this project for 4 years. You guys crowdfunded me to get me a built Mark 4.5. I blew myself up. You guys crowdfunded me to get back up and go at it even harder. I am. So we are doing this. That's why I say let's change the world because yes, I'm building this machine, but I'm just a vessel. It's us ultimately building this. It's our will. It's us being tired and exhausted of waiting on somebody else. Why did it take somebody 20 years old with no college degrees in anything except for welding certifications to build something, to get people united and round up together to deal with plastic waste when there's companies that have had the capability and the money and the funds forever to research a process which has been around forever? Why did it take all of that? Because this game is political, because this game is monetary, this game is based on greed. But I'm telling you that us as the people, we're not just purely based on greed. That's not our focus. So we can shift the game. We can break the mold now. We can make it to where you can have a financially viable business that's not based on greed, but based on morals and based on doing things right and based on the people together. That's all I'm saying. And that right there, that very idea right there is exactly what is being pushed by what I do. And that right there is exactly what could potentially put me at risk of any powers that be.